What is going on, everyone? Derek here today, bringing you a 2004 Volkswagen R32 review. Many of you might know this belongs to my good friend Ryan Kohler, and he's had this car now for about 3 years. This car is one of 5,000 in the US, and since it's black magic, it's actually one of 750. So with this car being one out of 5,000, they only came in 6-speed manual transmissions. So you will not find an automatic, you will not find a paddle shifter. 6-speed manual transmission is all you get, and you can't really complain because 6-speed is the way to go as it is. They're actually really hard to come across, and usually when you do come across them, they're nowhere near as good condition as this one. And obviously Ryan has dumped a lot of money into this car. As you can see, the car is back, which gives this car a great stance, and honestly it's show quality. So Volkswagen actually equipped this car with a 3.2 liter VR6, pushing nearly 240 horsepower to the crank and about 236 foot-pounds of torque. So this car stock, the gas mileage, it's pushing about 19 city and 26 on the highway, which, you know, that's not even that bad. If you baby the car, you'll get every little bit of that, if not more.
Pretty sure you can get right.
So one of the first mods people usually do to their cars when they start to build them are cold air intakes. He has an APR cold air intake, mild tectonic tuning street cam, 264, 260, a USB catless test pipe. With that on this car, it sounds absolutely amazing. Listen for yourself. So with the cold air intake and the cams, he also got a United Motorsports tune. And with all those things adding up, instead of the 240 horsepower coming from the factory, Ryan's pushing nearly 270 horsepower to the crank and about 265 foot-pounds of torque. Many of you are probably wondering what exactly the differences are between a GTI and the R32. GTIs either came with a 1.8 liter turboed 4-cylinder or a 2.8 liter VR6. A VR6 is kind of the in-between of a V6 and an inline 6. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a VR6 kind of sits on a 35-degree angle. While talking about the VR6, now, like I said, the GTI does have a VR6, but the R32 is actually bored over. Instead of a 2.8, it's a 3.2. So you're actually squeezing out a little more horsepower out of the same motor. And the biggest difference between them both is the R32 actually comes all-wheel drive. Driving a car that's all-wheel drive, you get many benefits, like this car in particular has launch control. Now this car off the start is going to launch really hard, and it's going to grip, and the traction's going to be there, so that's going to make your launches 10 times faster. When it comes to handling, that's just the icing on the cake. Some other differences between the GTI and the R32 is the R32 came with different front and rear bumper. It actually has nice leather bucket seats and a true dual exhaust. If you're looking to purchase a Volkswagen, if you can definitely get your hands on an R32 that has great mileage and for a good price, definitely pull the trigger on that and you won't regret it. Before Ryan bought this, he was talking about getting one for the longest time, and he passed up a bunch of GTIs and he waited for the R32. And as you can see, years later, it's definitely paying off. He's getting noticed. This car has definitely got him a nice fan base on Instagram, and every day it's growing. With this car looking the way it does, Ryan has actually had it in some car events. With him entering these car events, he's picked up some sponsors on the way. So let's jump into some more modifications done to this car. The first thing that catches your eye are the VIP modular wheels he has on this. He wanted to do it right. He didn't want to throw no cheap wheels on it. He didn't want to throw no cheap compressor, no cheap bags. He did this thing balls to the wall. With the bags comes the Airlift V2 management. As you can see from this clip right here, Ryan custom built his compressor. 2 compressors in his tank showcased with custom polished hard lines. Like I said, this thing's definitely show quality. Some other little details your eyes might not be able to pick up right away. As you can see here, he has custom shaved half cup door handles. Basically, the top hole is actually covered. It was welded, sanded, and repainted. So that's how you get that nice flat finish up top. And obviously below, you still need an opening to get your hand underneath the door handle to open the door. Taking a look at the side of this car, you can see that he actually got rid of his stock mirrors and put some European stubby mirrors in. Comparing the mirrors together, they aren't as bulky, and I think they definitely fit better with the car. And with the aftermarket mirrors, giving this car such a great look, he actually has a custom Bowser hood. Now you're probably wondering what that means, a custom Bowser hood. What this means is his hood actually extends to cover his headlights to give it such an aggressive look, and it just looks meaner in general, to be honest with you. If you look at a stock R32's front end and then look at this R32 with his custom glass headlights and the hood being extended over the headlights, like I said, it's so aggressive looking, and he definitely did this right by debadging the front. So many of you are probably wondering what the 0 to 60 time is on this, and it's roughly about 5.4 seconds. Now that's just an average based on a ton of people doing 0 to 60 pulls in this thing. Should you buy an R32? I definitely recommend it just because of the fact that you don't see many of them. Definitely be one of those guys that has a rare car, and if you dump the money into it like Ryan has and dump your time into it, you can make this thing show quality, and overall everybody will enjoy the car just as much as you do. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this Volkswagen R32 review. It's definitely a pleasure to drive this car, because as much money as Ryan's put into this car and all the time he's put into it, like I said, it's definitely an opportunity to review this car and have it for my channel. So if you like this review, please leave a like for me and comment, share this with your friends that are Volkswagen fans, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 500, and my big announcement is when we reach 500, so I have that all ready for you guys. But until then, y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.